Okay, we'll call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public expression. Persons wishing to make the board aware of suggestions, ideas, and/or comments may address the board at this time. This portion of the meeting, during which oral public comment is held, shall be limited to 20 minutes. Comments that involve personnel or students must be discussed in private and will be limited to 3 minutes. Please keep comments appropriate and respectful. Okay. Neola policy, second reading.
All right, thank you, President Allen. So this is the second reading for Neola Volume 38, Number 2. Mrs. Kepke and I met with Jim Dermody, our Neola rep, a little over 2 weeks ago now. We've been through all the policies, updates that they have suggested. This just brings us up to date on any new laws as of July 1 or any new updates that Neola deemed necessary. So I would recommend that you take action on those tonight so that we can fully implement their updates.
Questions or comments on the Neola policies?
No.
Do I hear a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. First readings, Neola special update.
Yeah, so each year we get 2 updates from Neola, and then sometimes they bless us with a special update as well. So this year that special update is artificial intelligence. They just didn't quite have their materials ready for us during Volume 2. So I've taken a look at the artificial intelligence policies. This would be just a first reading for those. I have to bring it back to the August meeting for a second reading and to request your approval. But basically, this would just be policies related to the ever-growing and quickly adapting and changing world of artificial intelligence. We do have a handbook policy already for artificial intelligence, just basically for student use in the classroom, suggested student use, teacher use. That's in the responsible use policy as well. But then this would create those as board policies as well. So basically it would just come in line with all of the other Neola policies we have. So we looked at those with Mr. Dermody a couple weeks back as well, and we'll prepare those for a second reading for the August meeting.
Okay. Resolution for 2026 transfers.
Yes, so this is a one-time year where the homestead credit, they allow you to make one transfer in 2026 from your
Debt service?
Yeah, so debt service is protected fund, so it's, you get that money based off of what you have agreed upon, but your operations account is not. So that homestead credit that everybody is getting, it depletes your operations fund. So it gives us so this resolution would give us an opportunity to transfer funds that we're losing in operations from debt service to kind of replace what we're losing. And the amount would be a total of $63,998.54. That would be the maximum we're allowed to transfer. And I would propose that we would transfer the whole amount from debt service to operations to kind of fix what we lost in property tax to our operations fund from our debt service fund, knowing that the debt service is protected and the operations fund is not. So it's just a one-time transfer that'll happen.
Okay. So what does the operations account look like now? I mean,
So
we've suffered because of the loss, I'm sure, but we're okay with the.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. What this will do, the $63,998, it really just kind of helps build that operations
Cushion it a
fund,
little bit.
because that's the money that we had lost
Right.
out of it. So now we can put it back in.
Okay.
Because we've lost in the operations fund, we lost $59,752 due to the homestead credit. That $63,000 basically takes the place of that.
Okay.
So here's what you lost, put it back
Here's
in
what you
from
get.
this other one that's protected by property tax value.
Is this something we've done in the past, or may have to
No,
in the
this will be the
future?
first, so this will be the first and only time this will happen. So Dr. Anderson had to email the Department of Local Government Finance to say we would like the option to do it, and this will be only for 2026, and then going forward, you won't even have that option. You'll just lose that money in your operations fund.
Oh,
And I think essentially what happened was school corporations were losing so much money because of SEA 1 that the Department of Local Government Finance legislators kind of heard like, we're really struggling in operations. And what Mr. Schoaf means by debt service being protected taxes is since the debt service side is like our building projects, our general obligation bonds, that money is debt that's owed to investors. So it's protected in the sense that every penny of our operations money basically goes to debt service to pay those obligations before any money will come into operations. Now, it's all very well planned out. Ice Miller and Stiefel help us plan all this out. Like, we're not flying by the seat of our pants here trying to figure out, how we're gonna pay what. Like, this is all very well planned out. But then things like SEA 1 come into play, things that you can't plan for, and surprises, essentially, that, here you go, next year you're gonna lose $190,000 in your tax levy. And so basically what they were letting us do this year was soften the blow a little bit, especially for some of the bigger corporations that were losing millions of dollars in their operations because of SEA 1. And, so essentially our cash balance in debt service will go down a tad bit instead of hurting operations as much. So it is a good thing. They say it's one time only right now. We'll see, that happens a lot, one time only, and then next year we
So
can do it
somebody
again.
can't-
And then
They can't defer it this year and use it next year, right? It's now or never.
that's what they're saying, but we'll see. I could see it coming back.
Okay.
Do more with less.
That's right.
That's what they say. That's the governor.
Do I hear a motion to transfer from debt services to the operations fund?
I'll make that.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. Financial report, Form 9.
So at the end on June 30th, the DOE requires us to submit what they call the Form 9, and what that is every transaction made. It's a large report that says any transaction that we've made from January 1st to June 30th of 2026, that this would give me permission to go ahead and submit that report. It takes basically everything we do in 6 months. Every transfer we make, every penny we spend, every revenue that we make, and it puts it all in one document so they can identify what is either missing or doesn't match the numbers that they want it to match. It's just kind of it's essentially an internal audit every 6 months that you have to submit. So that's just a request for me to go ahead and submit the report.
So you do that every 6 months?
Every 6 months, yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like what they do when they come in and audit. the
Yeah.
same type of thing.
Yeah.
We don't have to pay for this one, do we?
No.
Hope not.
No.
Or pay Buzz to do it. He's already on staff,
Oh,
so.
we're coming into audit. By the way, you owe us this one. Never understood that.
Any other comments or questions on the Form 9 financial report? If not, is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. 5-0. New Durham Township.
Yeah, so next on the agenda is our memorandum of understanding with the MSD of New Durham Township, which is Westville Schools. For as long as I can remember, probably longer than I've been here, we've always shared some staff and services with Westville. That has changed over time. We've gained some, we've lost some, but presently we still share our food service director, our German teacher, and transportation to and from the A.K. Smith Career Center with Westville. So Mr. Schoaf updated all the financials on that. We sent that over for Westville to review. It's in the packet, for you to look over. But it's essentially
Kind of a win-win for
yeah,
everybody,
it really is. Westville's actually paid a little bit more of a share on the transportation costs these last couple of years. Mr. Schoaf and I took a look at that before last year's MOU, and they're basically paying 50% of that driver wage and benefits, and then they're also paying for some of the maintenance on the school bus. So really, it's a pretty good deal for them. I mean, because they just pay us a few dollars and wipe their hands of it. We deal with the school bus, the bus breaking down, the bus having to be towed, the
We own the
driver.
bus then.
We own the bus, yeah, the driver showing up every day, paying their wages, their benefits, etc. And we previously, before the last 2 or 3 years, we didn't feel like they were paying quite enough toward the transportation. So we worked that out with them, and they're basically paying exactly 50% now, essentially. Now, we can never predict exactly what the expenses will be on the bus.
You
as
don't have
far
to
as
look at how many
maintenance.
kids they have versus what we have, or like that, or anything.
We haven't, because you're going regardless. You're going if there's 1 kid, you're going if there's
Right.
20 kids.
Yeah.
Now, this last year, after Mr. Werner passed away, we had so few kids riding the bus at the time that we finished the year on an activity bus, but we expect larger attendance from both South Central and Westville this upcoming year. So we
Back on
do
the
not
regular
think
bus.
we can fit them on
Yeah.
an activity bus. Even if half the kids drive, we'll still be more than 14 kids riding the bus. So.
Yeah, with Westville
Yeah.
added in.
So this is pretty standard, just updated
Yeah.
numbers. Again, this will be my 13th year here at South Central, and ever since I can remember, we've always
Yeah.
shared services with them. So
How long does that go back? That goes back a long time.
13 years.
Oh, probably.
So probably, yeah, I
In the
believe since
20s,
I've,
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe you know how long it's been since we were with Westville. I don't know.
yeah, we've shared services
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
quite a long time
That's
now.
good. Okay, hear a motion.
I'll make the motion.
Second? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Thank you. Food service.
Yeah, so next, I told Mrs. Hagnall's at fair this week, so I told her that I would take care of these for her. There's a series of food service items. Several of them are bid recommendations that are item 10. Not to get ahead of myself, though, item 9 is a food service staff attendance incentive that Mrs. Hagnall worked out with me. Essentially, she'd like to try to find some ways to improve attendance for staff members. And so she would like to recommend that we offer a small stipend for any staff members that do not take unpaid time. So basically, if a staff member in the cafeteria does not take any unpaid days before, we were thinking Christmas break, basically, that they'd get a $150 stipend. And then if they got all the way to the end of the school year without taking an unpaid day, that they'd get a $250 stipend. Because of the nature of food service staff, most of them being parents and having to take off often for sick children, appointments, things like that. We understand that happens. It really only would have been a couple staff that would have qualified for that this year. Most would not have. So, like I said, Mrs. Hagnall would like to try to find a small way to incentivize more consistent attendance. So, it's nothing significant.
Do they take a lot of time off?
What's that?
The people that work in the
Yeah, there's
cafeteria?
yeah, there's
They take lots of time off?
How's our pool for subs?
It's actually decent.
Okay.
Yeah, they're usually fully staffed, but because she has access to 2 or 3 subs that regularly
Okay.
come in and help. So, um,
They're not paid when they take off, correct?
right, they
They don't
have,
have it.
I think they have 5, they get 5 paid days off, which is lower than like our instructional assistants, is lower than our teachers.
So this,
Most other
this
staff.
incentive would come in after those 5 are
Yes.
used up? Okay.
So
So
if
they
they
still
get
have
to-
5 days.
So what does that cost if everybody decides that they're not gonna take time off? If we had full staff at what, $400 for the year?
No, 250.
But
for
it
the
comes
whole-
out of their,
Yeah, it would come out of food service account.
she has that budgeted in.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, maybe that's-
Yeah, and food service has like a 200, do you know what it is?
238.
Almost $240,000 balance in food service, so, so yeah, that account is doing fine. She's got about 10 staff members. Last couple of years, she's done like a financial incentive for her staff. Anyhow, she did not this last year, but I think the 2 previous years before that, she did a small financial incentive for her staff. If they make a certain amount of money on some of the like a la carte items they sell, she tries to keep her account balance at a certain level, and if she gets it above that, the state only allows the food service account to be at about a 6-month expenses balance. So like if our monthly expenses are $40,000, call it $50,000 for easy numbers in food service, she can have no more than $300,000 in the account. You're supposed to keep it at about 6 months cash balance. Ours are less than that, not a ton less than that, but she's right about a 6-month cash balance. So, but any given day, as a matter of fact, today I was back there with Mr. Haggard and some electricians on some things we need to take care of for the fire marshal, and she'll be looking at a hefty bill for that, so I was going to call you about that. But so yeah, and at any given day, the oven could go out and there's a $20,000 purchase, or we've got to fix some electrical, and there's going to be a
With only 10 employees, and not everybody's going to get there. I mean,
Right.
even if 4 get there,
Yeah.
she needs $1,000 or something.
yeah.
She must be able to handle it, or she wouldn't have brought it
Yeah,
up.
I mean, really, it's not a huge incentive anyway. It'd be a small token type thing, a small token of appreciation for not getting to your unpaid days. So, and again, that staff does a wonderful job.
Yeah.
It's certainly not to, take away from the staff. They do a good job. We know a lot of times when we hire those people, they want to work here because they're on their children's schedule. So, it's certainly not, not throwing stones or anything like that. She's just trying to find a way to help improve attendance a little bit. And I could see a lot of the staff getting to mid-year without unpaid time. It might be tough for the end of the year for some of them, understandably, but
Through the winter,
yeah.
yeah. Okay.
So that's the first.
Okay, do I hear a motion for us to pass for the
I'll make
incentive?
that motion.
Any, second, please?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
And then the next are the bids for food service. So those are in your packet. There are several of them. One is the point of sale proposal renewal. One is the dairy proposal award. One is the snack and beverage proposal award. There's also a milk and dairy, point of sale produce, snack and beverage, warehouse and sanitation, which would be all their cleaning supplies and such, bakery, and then GPO main distributor, which GPO is escaping me what that stands for right now, but yeah, so there's several different contracts in there. We work with the NESIC, the Northern Indiana Educational Services Center. They do food service procurement for a ton of school districts, not only in NESIC's district, but all across the state. They're kind of the leaders in food service procurement and contract proposals. So we work with them through all of this. These are typical annual contracts. Our main distributor is Gordon Food Service. Our produce is Piazza Produce. Snack and beverage is Commercial Food Systems. Warehouse and sanitation is Smart Systems. The point of sale is Link. So if you have children and you put money on their account, you go through the Link portal. Milk and dairy is not listed on this one, but I know that we were changing milk and dairy.
Yes,
But-
bakery.
But the actual, you click on the link in there and it'll take you to you. It's just not a list. It's not listed on the awarded vendor. But yeah, so Gordon Food Service has been our main distributor. Link has been our point of sale. Piazza Produce has been our produce group. The milk one was changing. I do know that. But yeah, these are annual bids that we have to participate in with NESIC, and those are all of Mrs. Hagenaw's recommendations. So,
Questions and comments?
Yes. This brought back an old memory when our girls were in school here. The July board meeting, always, you had to vote on milk
yeah.
separate.
Oh, it had to be separate then?
Yeah, it'd be the same 3 dairies that put their bid in. A little
Yeah.
bit of history.
Yeah, well, and Prairie Farms is on there, Pleasant View Dairy, and then Dairy Farmers of America, which is doing business as Schenkels Dairy. And our name is listed on here. I just can't remember which one so we are not Prairie Farms. Schenkels. Yep, so we're Schenkels.
I don't know where the food came from.
Yeah. Decent chance it was still Gordon Food Service then, but
The milk was probably $10 at that point, right? Or-
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it's up to now.
yeah, so we're on the Schenkels list with Tri-Township's on there, Westville's on there, LaPorte's on there. So, yeah, there's 15 or 20 schools. And then there's several that still chose Prairie Farms. Prairie Farms was a little bit more expensive. These look like more Eastern schools. Oregon Davis is on there, like Caston, John Glenville is on Prairie Farms. We're on the Schenkels bid with a whole slew of school districts. So,
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept the food service bids. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Transportation handbook updates.
okay. Mrs. Kepke? She does not have too many updates for you.
Really not hoping I wouldn't have to do this. So the transportation handbook, it's really just updates of dates. I went through and just changed dates to match the way we do things now. The biggest one is the cell phone stipend that we give the bus drivers. That's now going to be added to their paycheck instead of a separate check. That was an auditor question. The rest was really just changing. We had different numbers for the activity bus had 15 passengers when it's really a 14 passenger. So it was just errors that we just corrected in there. So that was really all the changes.
Now's your time to grill Mrs. Kepke on the
Yes,
transportation
grill away.
handbook.
Any questions? Okay, I'd like to make a motion to accept the changes in the handbook.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second it.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you, Mrs. Kepke, you did great. Consent agenda and payroll claims 6/5/2026, 6/18/2026, and transfer claims 72255, 72315 through 72400. Comments, questions on the consent agenda or the claims? Hear a motion to accept those?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried. Donations to math training and resources, $2,500 from Cell In. Who's that? UIndy anniversary giveaway prize. To superintendent scholarship, $1,000 from H&T Electrical. To superintendent scholarship, $1,500 from Blank Construction.
Wow. H&T.
Need a motion to accept the donations?
I'll make that motion.
Second?
A second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried.
Nice.
Okay, that would be, is that one of you, Mr. Anderson?
Yes, so next is the updated junior senior high school handbook. So Mrs. Santana and I worked through that. So in your packet was just a much simpler version of the breakdown of changes for that. The two biggies were ones we expected regarding attendance because of new laws and rules and regulations from the state that guide some attendance issues. And then the other being truancy, which goes along with the attendance. And then the biggie is the cell phone policy as well. So the wireless communication device, to be more precise, policy. There's new laws you probably remember as of July 1. Basically, no wireless communication device policy that extends across the classroom, passing periods, lunchtime, you name it. It's bell to bell now. So I think that's good and bad. It's definitely a good thing for the classroom. You know, kids don't generally need them in the classroom. It's going to be tough to manage that in the cafeteria and at their lockers and passing periods and such, but we'll work on that. So generally speaking, good thing, but just a few minor changes in there, like the 2-hour delay bell schedule, changing 4th and 5th periods on that. 5th period's always lined up with the lunch schedule, and so it used to be like 5th period, then you'd go to 4th period after lunch. They're just going to flip-flop it, and you'll go to lunch based on your 4th period that day instead. It just helps with some of the kids that go to work-based learning. You know, have to sit for an extra period because the class periods are out of order. But yeah, nothing major in there. Adding girls flag football since it's a new sport for our girls this year. Cell phone and attendance are the other main big ones. Would recommend that we approve those so that we can be ready for the new school year.
Anything new or update on the girls' football? Have they started practice?
They will start practice not next week, but the week after that.
Okay.
That
And
Monday
then
will be our
who's
first
going to
practice.
coach that?
He is,
I-
yeah. This is gonna be a whole.
You couldn't give that football up.
We're gonna give it a shot.
Let's try.
Reach out to the Colts yet? They're big supporters. of
That's how we started.
that. Okay, I knew they've been a big supporter across the state.
I think they said they were gonna accept 100 schools, and I think we were the 98th school.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, for a, was it $10,000
$10,000.
package? So we got new uniforms, got the field marking kit.
And all the supplies that you would need to, I mean, they sent me a box of, there's 10 footballs in there, there's cones, there's
Flags.
the old pennies, there's bags of flags, yeah, everything you need to participate, I got in a box in my office.
You got all
trying
the
to figure out
rules
where it
down?
goes.
Yeah, what's the?
I have studied the rules,
Shorter field.
there's a few that are a little questionable, like, but we'll get it we'll get it figured out.
I watched one year, I can't say that I got everything down, it was a little different.
There's some funny rules that are almost open to interpretation, so depending on,
One class, right?
yeah.
So you gotta take out pen.
Well, I think Mr. Wilhelm was looking to add them on the regular season schedule, so we'll see.
Pen?
Yeah, see where we're
They're gonna play
going.
their JV actually,
Yeah.
I think.
Till we start beating them.
Then it'll be, yeah, forget it. You won't get to do that again.
What's the interest? She had a sign up for you?
We had a call-out meeting
Okay.
before school left out, and there were
Yeah.
41 girls at
Oh,
that.
wow.
What do you need? Like,
Well, 7 play at a time.
oh,
Yep. So, so.
A lot more show up to the call out.
Oh,
than
yeah, yeah,
actually
of
show
course.
up.
Yeah,
so we'll
But
have
even
a-
if half,
well,
it's a
then,
good.
We'll have a parent meeting,
That's a good number.
next week,
okay.
so that'll give us a better idea of who will actually be there, but, you know, probably won't know until the first day of practice when somebody shows up, and then we gotta figure out.
2 days?
Who has a physical. There's no rules on that, so I think I'm gonna go back to the old school 3-a-days.
Oh, that
With
sounds
meetings-
like
with
a
meetings in
wonderful
between.
idea. Just keep them here all day.
So the bus comes up missing, the girls that like had a revolt on him.
Might get that 41 down to about 5.
Okay, do we have a motion for the, what was that, the handbook? That went back to the handbook, yeah.
I'll make that.
Here, a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Okay, principals report.
All right, Mr. Kimmel?
Good evening. I just have a few things to go over, but our pre-K and kindergarten orientation will be Tuesday, August 11th. We'll do that during the day. We've done that the past few years, and it's better than having them at night. Just they have more information to consume. Then 1st through 6th grade open house will be that evening. Time is not set yet, but it'll be the evening of August 11th. The award that you just accepted during donations from CELU Indy, so CEL stands for Center of Excellence in Leadership of Learning. We worked with CELU Indy with our literacy coach when we received funding for that with Mrs. Spees the past couple years. So then they put out an award. It's their 25th anniversary, CELU Indy's 25th anniversary. So they were giving out awards to different schools. So I put an application out there for a focus on math. And, you know, we had focused on literacy with the literacy coach. So this $2,500 we're grateful for, and it'll go towards math training and math resources for students. And then actually they're going to come out and visit our school, I believe either late August or early September, just to see the things that we have going on here. So they'll highlight us in one of their publications later in the year. iRead is still embargoed, and iLearn, there are no scores yet for math, language arts, or social studies, and science there are scores for that, but those are embargoed as well. I think they're renorming some of the scores for iLearn this year, so they've said September. I might bring them to you in October, November. I don't know when they're going to be out, so we'll get you those scores when they are released.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kimmel. Any questions for Mr. Kimmel? Yeah, and actually, I think it was WSBT just did an Operation Education segment on the test scores not being available yet. I think they'd interviewed someone at School City in Mishawaka. You know, so just these last couple of years, just when we get scores in a fairly timely fashion, this year they're gonna renorm it, and it's a standard setting year as they call it. So we'll wait till September for them.
And they're changing everything, you may not know what kind of score you're gonna get because
Yeah.
the changes can
Yeah, I mean, we had the
change.
checkpoint scores throughout the year, and those were really encouraging.
Okay.
I mean, all things considered versus state averages and such. Those were really encouraging.
None of these scores will also be tied to a letter grade. We'll go back to the letter grade. So it'll all come out, like I said, I think September, October to get scores and a grade, I would hope, by then.
Been nice to have the scores by the time school starts.
Yes, that would be great.
But, okay, cell phone stipend.
Yeah, so
Just
next
talked about that.
is cell phone stipend. So we just wrapped up our audit with the State Board of Accounts, and after advisement, some discussion with the State Board of Accounts, we need to change the way that we've been doing our cell phone stipends for the staff members who receive that. So long story short, it will need to go through payroll instead of being a stipend on the claims. And since taxes will be taken out, since it'll be on payroll now, I'd recommend that we do reimbursement at $400 for each 6 months instead of $300 each 6 months to help offset that. But, you know, basically, I mean, again, I've been here 12 years. We've done it as a reimbursement the last 12 years. I was actually one of the first ones. They started doing the reimbursement instead of giving you like a second cell phone. And we've done the reimbursement that way through, you know, Mrs. Wilfong, Dr. Stevens, me, Jim Hollifield, Rachel Dutoy, Buzz, and this time around, State Board of Accounts said you can't do that. So, so we need to run it through payroll now, which means it'll, you know, basically be like extra salary, essentially. I mean, it's still,
Tax salary.
but it's tax, yeah. So it's essentially earmarked for the same thing, but with it being taxed, you know, I'd recommend we do $400 each
How do
6
they
months.
tax it with it being a reimbursement?
Well, it's no longer technically a reimbursement. So our auditors were a little bit difficult this time around. They basically, we could have kept it a reimbursement, but we would have had to ask for each person's cell phone bill each month, and then we would have had to ask each person to like not pinpoint what was business and what wasn't, but basically like would have had to ask each person that gets a cell phone reimbursement to like identify X number of your cell phone bill is business and X number is personal. So it would have been such a tracking nightmare for whoever undertook that it just really wasn't worth, and yeah, it just wasn't worth that. So the easier route was to do technically as a part of the salary in the paycheck now, and it just will be less headaches overall, and it will satisfy what the State Board of Accounts would like us to do.
And this will be just fine for all the,
Yeah, I let everybody know. As a matter of fact, I let everybody know several months ago when we first started our audit. This was one of the very first things that they came across. So it was a few months back that I let the people who get cell phone reimbursement know.
How many staff members?
I think we're right about a dozen. It's both principals, both deans or assistants, myself, Mr. Schoaf, transportation director, food service director.
Then the bus drivers on top of that too.
The bus drivers, are totally separate. Theirs is a part of the transportation handbook, and that one makes sense because they are constantly
Right, yeah.
texting and calling parents for various reasons, pickup times, discipline issues, etc. But Mr. Budka is on the, who? Oh, Mr. Haggard, facilities. Basically, principals,
Admin,
directors,
Pretty much the admin team.
yeah, there's right about a dozen on that list. So, yeah. So unfortunately, just a change we need to make for the State Board of Accounts, and then in 10 years they'll tell us we're doing it wrong, and we'll go back to the way we were doing it. And now I'm gonna get
Gotta
slapped
keep
on
them
the
happy.
wrist for
You gotta keep them
my
happy though. Yeah.
sarcastic comments
Yeah.
along the flat.
Okay, do I hear a motion to accept the new cell phone stipend
I'll make the
policy?
motion.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried 5-0. Medicaid billing stipend.
Yeah, so Medicaid billing for nursing services. So this past school year, our school nurse, Kelly Sangson, undertook the large task of adding nursing services to Medicaid billing. So essentially, any student who has an IEP, which is an individualized education plan, like special education, a 504, or a health plan, and receives nursing services, the school corporation can bill Medicaid for eligible services with parent permission. So for each of those students that have one of those plans, Mrs. Sankson had basically like a permission form or consent form for those. So we did a lot of those through IEP meetings, through health plan meetings, 504 meetings, etc. But this would be for things like diabetes management, medication administration, etc. And because of Kelly's hard work, a portion of which occurred outside of her regular hours, We received $45,073 in additional Medicaid funding this past school year for nursing services. So this will help pay for the assistant that we have in the nurse's office supplies. And I'd like to recommend that we give a one-time $1,000 stipend to Mrs. Sankson to compensate her for her hours outside of the regular school day and all her hard work getting this off the ground. And we'll be able to request this funding every year now. And we would expect it to be consistent, or if not, a little bit more. So it was a very large undertaking. She did it without complaining, and she took it on. It was her idea.
I didn't even know like that existed. I mean,
Yeah, well, we didn't either
Yeah.
until recently. Well, about a year ago.
Is it only like, as long as you have an IEP, that doesn't mean you're on Medicaid at home or whatever?
Well, you do also have to be on Medicaid at home.
You do?
Yes.
Okay,
You
that
have
was
to
my
be.
question, okay.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
not everyone.
Yeah, so not everyone who has an IEP qualifies.
Okay,
Not everyone
that
with
was
health
what I'm
plan
thinking,
or
that's-
504. But the students who are on Medicaid at
Got
home
it.
and
Yeah.
have an IEP, 504, or health plan
Right.
can qualify. And so I let all the other superintendents know about it, and a couple of other schools are looking into it. But it is it's a pain in the rear. It's one of those things that takes a lot to get off the ground, but she'll be able to maintain it every year now.
Maybe next year won't be as hard to maintain.
Should not be.
Now it's in play.
Yes,
In place,
yeah.
and so,
Yeah, we are changing Medicaid billing. The like the company that we use, that's through the co-op, the special education cooperative. The company we had been using increased their fees exponentially, so we're going to a new company. I think it's Go Solutions. Do you remember, Chris?
Go Solutions was the old one, Relay's the new.
Okay, thank you. So Go Solutions was the old one. Relay will be the new one. Relay was much more comparable price-wise to what we were using. Go Solutions was going to go up like 30% or something like that. I mean, it was going to be a huge increase. So we went to Relay, the cooperative did, so we're using Relay technically as of July 1. So Mrs. Sankson went this whole year doing Go Solutions, and now we are switching to Relay. She knows that. She is aware. It was just something we had to do. So there'll be a little bit of work with that. But basically, the main lift is complete, and that $45,000 we'll be able to use to help pay for the assistant in her room. Technically, what we use most of our Medicaid dollars for is special education transportation. So all the other Medicaid reimbursement
this is above and beyond.
has
though.
gone to pay those drivers. Well, we didn't receive enough Medicaid money to pay those drivers, right? So this will help kind of bridge the gap of that, because the rest of the Medicaid funding was in there. So we received $47,000 for speech language pathologist Medicaid reimbursement, the $45,073.49 for nursing services. And then there's occupational therapy on there. There's the certified occupational therapy assistant. There's speech language pathologist telehealth. And then, what's the T? Do you know? Can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, transportation, duh, sorry. Transportation, and that was only $6,576.
Oh, that's what bus drivers get paid on.
Well,
But not really.
yeah.
It's not enough.
Not really, not nearly enough. But all of those kind of go into one pot, and so the total reimbursement for Medicaid paid, or the total that we billed them was $101,486. So that was up the $45,000 for the nursing services, so that will help close that gap for the special ed bus drivers. So then less will have to come out of operations to pay them.
How many
So-
special ed drivers do we have?
So we have two currently. We're actually looking for a second now. At the end of the year, Joy Dunlap retired around spring break. John Stallions drove that route the rest of the year, so that's Pam Williams, and then John Stallions finished out the year. We have approximately 22 students that we transfer out to LaPorte for special ed services, and all of their schedules are different. Some go half day, some go full day, some go 3 days, some go 5 days.
They drive all day,
Some
don't
live
they?
in south side of Hannah, you know, some live here north of the school. So yeah, they both basically have 3 routes. They have like a beginning and end of day, kind of like our regular drivers do.
And that new-
But then there's like a middle route that they have to transport as well. So, but yeah, so if you're agreeable, I think it'd be only fair to Mrs. Sankson for all those extra hours that she put in to do a one-time stipend for that.
Questions, comments? Hear a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay, second?
I'll say that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carried.
All right, and then last item on the administrative report is our Library Media Center consulting with Mrs. Camrath. So I sent you an email about this. Mrs. Camrath, Mrs. Barnes, and I have discussed this extensively. But as you know, Mrs. Camrath recently retired, although she hasn't ridden off into the sunset just yet. She's still here helping Mrs. Barnes from time to time and was doing some PD with teachers over the summer. But she has been assisting Mrs. Barnes in her transition with some summer tasks. Per Indiana law, every school corporation has to have a licensed or certified library media specialist, and Mrs. Camrath has been that for many years now. And Mrs. Barnes was able to add that to her license, so she was able to take a test to show competency in that area, and she added it to her license. However, there are a lot of nuances with running a library that Mrs. Camrath is willing to consult with Mrs. Barnes this first year, just to make sure things are in order. And as such, I would request that the board approve the agreement that I sent you with Mrs. Camrath for the 26-27 school year. It'd be a $4,000 total stipend for the school year. If we contracted with NESIC for the same thing, it would be $5,000 to do that. So it would be less, plus we're going to get a lot more care from...
Easier to get to and deal with.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot more care from Mrs. Camrath.
For less.
And
Oh, yeah.
you know, and Mrs. Barnes is an absolute rock star. She will be great. But I know if you talk to her right now, she would tell you there's a lot of things she's worried about as the new year approaches.
Yeah.
You know, library being one of those. And I think this will just help ease the
Just a
transition.
phone call away.
Yeah.
You don't always get this opportunity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most often we don't. So it'd be, yeah, it'd be a good
Training
opportunity.
replacement, you know?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Okay, do I hear a motion to
I'll
have
make
this
that motion.
consultant? Hear a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, any other items to come before the board?
Yeah, do we have a plan or how's it going with the band director?
Yeah, good question. Yeah, so unfortunately, we will be losing Mr. Scheck. His resignation was not on here, as you may have noticed. He does not get approved at his new school until next Monday, so I'll still make one more last-ditch effort to get him to stay. He stopped responding to my texts the last I was bugging him, but yeah, unfortunately, that'll be next week. So we did post it. I believe we have 8 applications right now.
Really?
Last I looked, there was a kind of a good mix of applicants. There was a couple in there with experience. We actually had one that has been a director at a somewhat local school for the last 13 years, who has, I think it was 28 years experience total as a band director, all the way to, there's 2 or 3 that just graduated college. So I don't know if, Mr. Kimmel, if you've looked through those.
They look all solid. I mean, they're all, yeah, it's a wide range, but they all have good experiences.
Yeah, so I think there's probably 3 or 4 of those that we'll pick to interview, and actually I need to talk to Mr. Kimmel about that, maybe next week once he returns. We'll probably interview 3 or 4 of those. There's a couple would be more long distance type applications. Like one I just saw was out of the Indianapolis area, but he just graduated from college, did his student teaching at Hamilton Southeastern Schools in the Indy area. Looking for a home. So, but we got a couple local ones, a couple long distance ones, 8 total. Some of them look good. So I don't think we're going to be able to replace Mr. Scheck, but we'll do as close as we can. And if you want his phone number to call him, see if
No.
give that to you. Yeah, so at least it's looking good. Because I was worried whether or not we'd
I
get
was
an
kind of worried if
application.
we didn't get any, then what are we gonna do?
Right, but we have 8,
Good.
some good looking ones in there, and we'll get to work on that next week.
Okay.
Not so sure blowing his phone up. I think he does understand that he's liked and welcomed here, so I want him to stay on his terms, not ours. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So
Yeah, and he, and Mr. Scheck said it was not wasn't a money thing, wasn't a South Central thing. It was more of change of pace and some different challenges. The new district he's going to will have 100 students in marching band
a marching band, that's what I figured.
versus our, we're usually in 30 to 40. I've seen as many as 42 or 44, as low as maybe 28. So he's always in that range. But Mrs. Rogowski's classroom is right next door, so she gets to interact with them every day.
Please pick a good one.
Yeah. But,
Unfortunate. Maybe he'll have a change of heart
Hey.
by Monday.
yeah, if he does, we haven't approved anything. You haven't approved
We haven't
anything
done
else.
anything.
So
No,
He can-
that's
You
good.
can still,
yeah.
Can't resign, you didn't approve it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Another one thing I want to bring up, it was funny, I meant to take a picture of it because, homes are, very slim to few around here. And I saw one, I believe on the Facebook or something, and it advertised South Central School District. But it was Valparaiso Street or in Valpo or something. It was a Valpo home advertising.
Well, there's
with
Valparaiso Street in Westville.
Well, I don't think it was Westville.
I know what you're talking
You know
about.
what I mean?
The address was a Valpo address, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming that it's
Sounds-
somewhere
It's on
down
this-
30.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it
We
was,
don't have
I
any
was like,
Valpo
wow, I
addresses
mean,
that.
that's
But
how
it
you're
said
selling homes in
South Central
Valpo
School
now.
Big
District.
come
I
on,
remember
they
seeing
come to
that
school
too. 'Cause
here.
I'm like, I don't think you can have a Valpo address and
No.
be in South Central School District.
No.
No matter where you're at on 30.
It's the place to be, though.
It's a place.
Once Penny Purdue, it's Wash Township on one and,
They're
Or them both,
advertising that.
right?
or-
Penny Purdue, yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
No, I actually see that fairly often. I'll see real estate postings and it'll say South Central Schools.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Because
no,
that's
actually
what
it's
some of
not.
the
How
people
about a
want.
billboard on 30?
Yeah.
I thought I'd share that because I was
Yeah.
like, I meant to take a picture of it.
Right, unfortunately, we've already got a couple waiting lists, so
Fifth
not
grade.
that it'd be a waste of money to have a billboard, but we unfortunately have to turn some away. So
5th grade still, the one.
incoming 6th, yeah,
Incoming 6th.
yeah.
And probably incoming
We
5th.
actually we've waitlisted kindergarten too. Now
Really?
we were.
Big group coming
Yeah.
We're trying to cut kindergarten at 72, so 24 in a class for the 3 classes, and I think we stopped accepting applications at 70 because I know we'll have a couple kids
in. Well, some kids are gonna come to Roundup next.
that live in the
whenever
Those
else
are
they-
registration that just, hey, I
Okay.
gotta get my kid in kindergarten, I gotta get my kid in school, so we'll get a few of those.
So we are
Yeah.
like 69 or 70
Yeah.
for kindergarten right now. Hopefully the kindergarten teachers aren't listening. I'll be blowing up my phone here shortly if they are.
But they're not gonna replace the 94 that
But
just left here.
I know,
So we've got
but it'll
that.
be close.
It got
It'll be
that
much
little
closer
gap.
than it has been a few years.
Was it last year that the
It was a
kindergarten was
big-
low?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're at 50.
We were at 52 at one point.
Yeah, 54.
Really?
So they're becoming 1st grade, so
Yeah, so it's a
still,
low group.
still
Little
low.
group,
Yeah.
first grade.
We had a few.
Yeah.
Still gonna have three divisions though, right?
Yeah, yeah, we've got 4 open enrollment applications for 1st grade, and they were at 52 or 53. So they'll be, 56 or 57 maybe with the transfer application, so a little bit better. But yeah, because at one time we had considered maybe making that into 2 sections,
It's almost
but
256, where that's too
Yeah.
many for,
yeah,
especially 1st grade.
1st grade, I agree.
It'd be,
Yeah, so we have, and actually, we literally got a transfer application while we're sitting here. So that'll be number 59, 59 transfer applications. Of those 59, there's 13 that have, were approved and have since told us that they weren't gonna come, or we had to deny. And then there's, I think 6 that are on wait list right now. So we have a good chunk that will be enrolling. So we'll close that gap of the graduates to kindergarten. We'll lose some of our own, that move out of state or out of district. We always have a few that move out as well, or maybe transfer to another school. So at least as of right now, knock on wood, enrollment looks really good. Whereas most districts are, hemorrhaging kids, losing kids. We've been pretty consistent, or upticking just a little bit thanks to open enrollment.
Registration's coming up too, isn't it?
Yeah, 4 weeks from tomorrow, kids. Although there's a glass half full, glass half empty. I've been telling people there are still 4 weeks. There's an entire month left until school starts.
Yeah.
So whereas, Mrs. Rogowski's probably like, but there's only 4 weeks left. Now, Mrs. Rogowski's different because she works summer school. So she doesn't get as long of a summer as everyone else. But
That's over, isn't it? Or
Yeah,
is
it ended on the 25th.
How'd that go for
It
you?
went really well. I had a few drop out, which always happens, but I'd say it usually around a 75 to 80% success rate with kids getting their credits and everything. So we had a couple medical things that came up this year, which was very abnormal. So yeah, for the most part, they did a really good job.
Well, it sounds good when you're signing up, but then we've got to get up in the morning, and go to class.
That's pretty much what happens. Oh, I actually have to do this. I can't just sign up and get the credit.
Have to do something.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything else?
No, we talked about it earlier, but just shout out to our 4-Hers. We got a lot of talented kids from South Central walking around up there,
Yeah.
succeeding in other things besides sports, or but we got a lot of good kids up there, so it's nice to see.
yeah, Mrs. Randall's doing her annual Facebook post for
I see
4-H.
that.
She's soliciting parents to send pictures and information, and she's posting those. And then Madison Scarborough, senior to be, was your princess
The
this
Hardin
year.
boys were on the radio this morning.
Were they?
Who was it?
The Hardin kids.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
Yeah, I
showing
got to
pics.
spend probably there almost 8 hours yesterday, and boy, it's hot as blazes, but
Oh, yeah, I thought,
Tons
oh my
there's
word.
South Central kids everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, bearing the heat and getting it done, so
Yeah.
good for them.
definitely.
Are you going
Representing
back
us
to
well.
do it again?
Not to escort, but I'm hoping maybe to make it up there another day. We'll see my buddy Mr. Schoaf. He's in the rabbit barn and swine barn, right? So he's up there most of the
Tomorrow,
week, and
Pigs are tomorrow.
pigs
Yep.
tomorrow.
so you'll be on the show arena for that.
Maybe, perhaps, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely lots of. I'm glad you brought that up. Lots of good things going on at the fair right now.
Okay, we'll adjourn. I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting. Go here a second.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Meeting adjourned.